This is Bruce Friedman of Adult Site Broker, and welcome to Adult Site Broker Talk, where each week we interview one of the movers and shakers of the adult industry, and we give you a tip on buying and selling websites. This week we'll be speaking with Zach Ozbourne of Exclusv Life. At Adult Site Broker, we've doubled our affiliate payouts on ASB Cash. Now when you refer sellers or buyers to us, you'll receive 20% of our broker commission on any and all sales that result from that referral for life. You can either place a link to us on your site or refer buyers and sellers through an email introduction. ASB Cash is the first affiliate program for an adult website brokerage. Check out asbcash.com for more details and to sign up. We've also added an events section to our website at adultsitebroker.com. Now you can get information on B2B events on our website, as well as special discounts reserved for our clients. Go to adultsitebroker.com for more details. Now let's feature our property of the week that's for sale at Adult Site Broker. We're proud to offer for sale a network of reality interracial hardcore porn sites. The flagship site has reality interracial hardcore porn with amateur girls as well as some porn stars. Scenes are shot in public places in beautiful Miami. The second site has big-ass white girls getting fucked by black men. The third site is in the BBC niche. The company has been in business since 2013. They shoot in a true reality style that's resulted in some of the most viral adult videos in the last decade. They're currently developing their fourth site, which will be a super site for the network. They're literally a two-person operation, so expenses are low. With the right owner and marketing, there's a tremendous opportunity to grow even more. After being an adult for 15 years, the owner is ready to move on. They currently have over 400 scenes. They do over 400 total sales a month. All the traffic is either type-in, tube, or Twitter. 86% of the traffic comes from Tier 1 countries. Only $619,000. Now time for this week's interview. My guest today on Adult Site Broker Talk is Zach Ozbourne. Zach, thanks for being back with us today on Adult Site Broker Talk.
Bruce, it's just good to be back here, mate.
It's a pleasure to have you. Now, I'm going to start out by telling everyone that Zach holds the record for the most listeners on one of our podcasts. And
really?
It's taken yes, you do. And it's been a while to get this busy guy back on, but it's so nice to have you again, my friend.
When you bother enough people with links, they'll eventually click them and listen to them.
Isn't that the truth? Now, Zach is an award-winning web developer and photographer, videographer based in Northern Australia with over a decade of experience in the adult industry. He's the co-founder and operations manager of Exclusv Life, an award-winning Australian OnlyFans alternative. In addition to building websites for clients and managing Exclusv Life, Zach is also developing his own production network called Dolls Down Under. He's been a guest on multiple industry podcasts, most importantly this one, of course, and he's had his work featured in articles published in notable news outlets such as AVN, XBIZ, and YNOT. In 2022, Zach was awarded the Best Adult Web Developer at the Australian Adult Industry Awards. So, Zach, you live and work in Australia. How accepted is the adult industry there as opposed to the US and Europe, where it's largely looked down upon?
Well, the adult industry and adult work, sex work, as we call it, is pretty accepted here in Australia, or at least in my circles.
Sure.
It is still pretty stigmatized in some ways. And, it's not a real job in a lot of people's eyes.
Yeah.
But the content creator or adult influencer, as they're called these days, is becoming more acceptable within society.
Yeah. That's good. That's really good to hear. Although I think Australia tends to be a little more open than supposedly liberal countries like the United States.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you there. But there's the banking wise, like you still can't take your payout figures from your subscription platform down to the bank and ask for a home loan. Like it's still not going to be regulated or legitimized in those eyes.
Bankers are assholes. That's universal.
Bankers are
So,
wankers.
any challenges being on the other side of the world?
The time zones.
Yeah.
It's Canada, US, East Coast. I think it's like opposite time zone to me on the East Coast of Australia.
Mhm.
So you want to book in a 9 a.m. call in the States, it's actually a 9 p.m. call here. Everything takes an extra half a day to resolve. Yeah, back and forth emails, people are sleeping and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, no, I think, it's fine.
Yeah.
We're doing all right.
I think 9 a.m. on the East Coast is midnight there, because we have a 12-hour difference here in Thailand. So for you, it would be midnight.
We're an extra 3 hours on Thailand. So, yeah, probably. It's been a long time since I've had to schedule calls to the States.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. The time zone thing is a problem for all of us out this far. So what is the Australian Adult Industry Awards?
Australian Adult Industry Awards is equivalent to, I believe, the AVN Awards and all that sort of stuff that you have in America. It's our adult industry and adult entertainment industry awards. It's geared to it's aimed towards full service sex workers, massage parlors, dance strippers, strip shows, strip clubs, erotic dance troupes, sex shops, and all of the support crew, video producers, all that sort of stuff. Yeah, it's a red carpet, black tie event.
Sweet.
I didn't wear a black tie. I didn't even wear a tie. Yeah, it's a red carpet, black tie event. With in between entertainment, and you get to hang out and talk to some of the the people up the big end of town, the big content creators, the headline Australian porn stars. It's a very exciting night.
How active is the adult industry in Australia?
Describe active. If you talk at least every town has a strip club.
Okay, but I mean more in terms of porn studios, content creators, and the like. How active is Australia in that way as opposed to the rest of the world?
Well, I don't really have exact figures, but we don't have a big amount of AAA porn studios. We have, we have Girls Out West and Light Southern. They are two sort of high-end porn production studios here.
Yes.
We export quite a few porn stars to the States. We got Isabel Del Toro. Angela White actually is a Melbourne girl. And Kiara Edwards, she's just finished a big, long tour over in America. So, you guys in the States just love us Aussies.
Love the accent. Always love that accent. I always used to melt when I was a boy hearing Olivia Newton-John talk. What can I say? Actually got to meet her once. Funny story. She did a concert at the Oakland Coliseum Arena, and my friend and I went to the concert, and we actually, and this was a long time ago before security was anywhere near what it is now, we figured out where the limos were leaving from, and we followed them, and we went past a restricted area at Oakland Airport and got out of the car, and they rolled down the window, and she said hi to us.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was actually extremely cool. Extremely cool. Yeah, now, I mean, these days we would have gotten shot, there's no two ways about it. But in those days, it was actually pretty cool. So how did it feel to be named Australia's best adult web developer?
Honestly, it was a surreal experience, and an honor to have my hard work validated like that.
Yeah. I
didn't think anybody really paid attention to just me, like the quiet little, programmer up north, but apparently people see what I do. And yeah, it was a shock. It was surreal. And it's just an all right, downright honor to be able to go up that stage. And I got my trophy, which is actually like a big diamond. It's pretty cool. I'll send you a photo.
Yeah, definitely. You definitely should. And how gratifying was it to win for Exclusv Life. I mean, you've busted your butt on that site.
I'd worked on my website previously, Sexy Snaps, for many years, and then we migrated from Sexy Snaps to Exclusv Life and went to that subscription-based platform. From launching in February 2020, we've been going for about just on 2 years. We'd banged on a lot of doors, and a lot of people were starting to see, hey, these guys actually have a website that's a rival to the big players out there now.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it's just amazing that we had that sort of impact on the Australian adult industry.
Yeah, most definitely. It's come a long way in a couple of years for sure. So
Absolutely.
How has life been since those awards?
Not much has changed, really. I've gotten a lot busier.
Yeah.
As you could imagine.
Mm-hmm.
My dad actually recognized my job as something real now. It's only taken them 15 years to be like, oh, Zach, he makes porn sites. Yeah. But now they're like, my son is a award-winning porn website builder.
I love it.
Finally, they're proud of me.
Oh, that's nice.
But apart from that, just really busy. Everybody wants a piece of me.
Yep. I understand. It can get that way. So, have you been working on any fun projects lately?
Oh, web development. It's fun. I enjoy it. Mm-hmm. It's one of those things. I get into a code tunnel, and before I know it, it'll be 3 a.m. And I'm like, oh shit! I've got a phone call. I got a 9 a.m. meeting. Standout ones is I'm building a tantric massage website, and they're trying to take a very goddess and offerings vibe to the site. So it's all different language that I'm used to, like wording wise. And I've been getting a lot of independent escort websites as well, and they're fun. You get to meet all the different girls, and it's pretty good. But somehow, after winning this award, I've gotten the attention of a lot of, I don't know what you want to call it, mainstream industry. So builders and just other different companies want me to build websites for them. Funny enough, the first job that I got after announcing that I'd won the award was, and they saw the news, the press releases and stuff, was an artisanal bread bakery.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about that.
Yeah. So, they saw the news and they're like, huh, Zach, he makes really good porn sites. Let's get him to build our bread site. So my friends is kind of funny, wins best porn developer, builds bread website. And I was a bit I was hoping I'd catch a big one. Someone would be like, yeah, let's build this huge platform, or let's do this together. But no, it's just an artisanal bread manufacturer down in Sunshine Coast.
Interesting.
But you may have heard, I just finished rebuilding a website for a popular site broker.
I've heard that. Anyone I know?
Yeah. You may not have heard of them.
Yeah.
Adult site broker, I think is what they're called.
Yeah, I vaguely, I do kind of, that does kind of ring a bell.
And I also hear they've got a new podcast website coming out in the next, I'd like to say weeks, but it's probably going to be a month.
Jeez, don't tell. Okay, yes, this podcast is going to have an exciting new website with all kinds of features, and it is my friend Zach who will be responsible for it, and it's going to be that much. Yeah,
no responsibility, no regret, mate.
It's looking really exciting. So your work is always appreciated, and I will give my personal testimonial here about how good this guy is and how great he is to work with. So,
stop it, Bruce. You make me blush.
Yeah, and now you can pay me the $1,000 you promised me for saying that. Okay,
yeah, and you can pay me an extra 1,000.
So, what are the challenges in your line of work as you get busier and more popular?
For a long time, ever since I've started doing adult websites, especially for independent escorts and independent content creators, I've sort of tried my hardest not to use answers or outsource, just due to the nature of the work. I don't want to be giving, premium content out to anonymous freelancers. I don't want the content leaked because of me. These creators, they work hard to sort of police their content, and I don't want it to get out. It's all me. I
Yeah.
So I'm incredibly busy.
So I hear.
Yeah. The other problem I have is I just can't say no to work. Like someone says, "Hey Zach, you want me to build this website?" And if I quote them, they'll say they'll say yes, and I just do it. I just keep doing it. Someone, I think it was you, who said when you were that busy and you're just running out of time, you should just start charging more.
Yeah.
And then, but I find it hard for myself to validate my time and my work as much like to that rate.
Right.
Because it's also like, it is something I enjoy doing. So,
right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's a struggle.
Yeah, but in the end, it's all about making money. I mean, it really comes down to it. Even though you enjoy it, it is your business. I've also suggested to you that you do add some, other people that you work with to take care of some of the more menial tasks that are not necessarily up to your pay grade.
Yeah, I agree. Like if I can find a way to split it out.
Yeah.
And, so like someone, they do a certain part and then like I oversee, I watch it. Yeah. And then like all the sensitive information is the last step and that's all my bit. And
exactly.
Yeah. It's a bit of a process I have to go through to work it all out.
Oh yeah. You got to design the process first. And I mean, I am all about outsourcing. I don't want to have employees. Okay. Some of my vendors are hard enough to work with, and not one of them, but it's like you really have to have a good team behind you, whether it be employees or whether it be freelance people. And I prefer freelance people because it's just a better, to me, it's a more honest relationship. And I didn't like being an employee, so I don't want to have employees. Does that make sense?
I think they call it, I have a touch of the founder's syndrome where I've got to have my hands in everything.
That can be a problem.
It is. And being able to let go like that and have someone else do your work is a challenge, especially if it's your name, right? Like I operate as Zach Ozbourne. I don't have a different business name. Like I work under my own name. So it's something. It's a challenge that I'm going to try and overcome this year sometime. It's 2023's problem.
Yeah, I would agree wholeheartedly. And you and I have said it is something we will talk about because I think I can certainly add some ideas to that process. So, and I know you and I brainstorm and strategize all the time, so it's a good thing.
Yes.
It sounds like a lot of your work is online. Do you get out from behind the monitor and keyboard very often?
Not as often as I like to or as I should, just because like everything I do is so computer centric.
Sure.
I'm always here.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
You and me, bro.
So, but earlier this year, just after New Year's, I traveled to the Gold Coast. I've been working with a sex worker here in Australia. Her name is Vivian Black, and she's starting an online adult industry resource called Perversity X. So it's like, Perverted University X.
Yeah.
And we put the call out to any content creators, adult industry professionals, sex workers and all that, if they were interested in coming and lending, 20 minutes to an hour of their time to help us record a free set of educational videos to help people if they wanted to get into the adult industry or at least help them succeed.
Nice.
So we did our first collaboration event on the Gold Coast just after New Year's. And we had an overwhelming response of people who came out to come and talk about it. We had, as I mentioned earlier, we had Kiara Edwards came and spoke about Australian porn production versus the US porn production and how STIs, STDs, the screening is all done. We had the Apollo show. He's a very big, prominent adult content creator here in Australia. Talk about how to capitalize off your social media, and TikTok is one of the best converting social medias we've got at the moment.
Yep.
And we had another male content creator, Primal Instinct, come out and talk about how
some of these names of some of these creators.
Yeah, like definitely check him out. And he spoke about his processes of being on set shooting content, because he's a male content creator.
Yeah,
everyone just sort of lended like their experience and all their recommendations. We also had some full service sex workers come and talk about how they got into the industry and the traps for young players, and what do they wish somebody had have told them about when they first started.
I'm sure there's a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're waiting for the finished product to be edited so we can see how well we went. So yeah, I went down, I was a camera operator and co-interviewer for some of the questions. And yeah, it was just really cool hanging out with all these acts, so to speak, of Australia.
That's sweet. Well, you're becoming a very, very prominent voice in the Australian adult industry. And this last round of awards certainly confirms that, right?
Yeah, I'll admit I consider myself as just like a small independent web developer up north that just like lives in a cave almost. So the imposter syndrome was strong, but it was great. I was shaking the hands of these guys and these girls, and they were like, "Oh, Zach, you're the web developer," and I was like, "You know who I am."
You and I have to have a talk about how you go from believing what you believe to being what you already are and what you will be. Okay.
That sounds like the title of your first self-help tape.
Oh, yeah. We don't have tapes anymore now. But anyway.
What? Do you guys have something else?
Tapes? Well, there used to be tapes.
No.
There's DVDs, there's CDs, there's I don't know about tapes, but anyway, 8-track.
It was a jest at how behind
8-track tapes, Betamax.
Betamax was the premium one, in my belief. Betamax should have won.
I've seen it all, man. I've seen it all in 65 years. Holy shit.
It was a jest at how behind Australia is in technology, because here we are, the 16th of the 2nd, 16th of February, 2023. And last week, my house got fiber.
I know, you told me. And here's the thing, okay? Yeah, I mean, well, I will say technology-wise, Thailand is catching up fast. We've got, as I've bragged to you many times, gig speed here at home.
500 up? What's that, 500 megabit up?
Yeah, but the only the only thing is that's when the international gateway is cooperating, because, let's face it, I'm always on websites in the US and Europe. And if the international gateway is having problems, which, by the way, is still wholly controlled by the Thai government.
Yeah.
So it's shitty. Yeah.
Do we have to censor this out?
Oh, fuck no. Oh no, okay. We're not going to censor any of that shit out. I didn't talk about the people I can't talk about. I can say whatever the fuck I want about the government.
That's fair. Okay.
And after our conversation before this interview today about my experiences after a little road mishap with the Royal Thai Police, I could go into a whole fucking tirade right now, but I won't, because it'll be too far off topic. But anyway,
it's got to be another podcast series, just Bruce's rants.
They're fucking fools. Anyway, so tell us again about Exclusv Life. What are its features, and how is it different from all the other creator sites out there? Because there are a bunch now.
Oh, they're popping up left, right, and center. Yeah. So Exclusv Life is an online content monetization platform, or a subscription-based social media network, depending on how you want to look at it. We offer on-demand, no minimum payouts. So, if you only earn $4, you can have your $4. I've worked very, very hard with different banking providers and stuff like that to get my creators paid fairly and as cheaply and on time as possible, because you shouldn't have to reach some predetermined arbitrary amount in your balance before you can ask to be paid.
Yeah, that's true.
We try and put our creators first before we get paid, in a way, because if we don't have creators, we don't have a platform. So
absolutely right. Absolutely right.
So, and we work on features that benefit them. And we listen to the input, I guess, because we're not a monstrosity global company yet. So, we're listening to the input from our creators and what they want to see. And we are working with them to create new features.
What kind of input has brought about which features on Exclusv Life?
Oh, so what's it called? UI, UX, user experience, user interface. Just, people will say, hey, when I'm in the menu and I want to go here, I expect to end up at this page, but I'm not, sort of thing. So we're like, oh, you know what? That we actually haven't considered that use case. So we implement that. Just notifications, like, we've recently PWA, I can't remember what PWA stands for. I think personal web app, but I don't think that's what it is. I just know it as PWA on both Android and iOS, and we've got push notifications on Android. So it is now, it looks and feels like a social media app.
Yeah.
That all came from people saying, like, I wish I didn't have to use the browser.
Yeah.
And I wish I had a notification when someone DM'd me or when someone unlocked a post, so I could go and talk to them straight away. So we've implemented that. Just quality of life improvements. And all that sort of stuff. It's really good. We've got a pretty good community sort of vibe going where people can just talk to me and, tell me, like, I'm not too big. I'm here all the time, and I will answer my creators' questions.
That's really cool. So if I'm a creator, God knows I'm not, and
there's a niche for you.
Oh God, please. And if I think you should see me right now with no shirt on, man. I don't think you'd say that. And let's say I'm looking at different platforms, and I want to know, obviously, I want to be on more than one, I think. Where should I really concentrate? And assuming that it's Exclusv Life, why would I concentrate on Exclusv Life?
That's a really good question.
I know because I asked it.
Yes. You got to look at things. Is the platform going to promote you? Are you going to be in front of potential buyers, to potential subscribers? How are they going to promote you? Are they going to support you through all of your problems? Your content gets leaked. Do they have a process for dealing with that? And are you going to get paid? How long is it going to take you to get paid? I think they're the three main figures that you got to look at. Others, as I said, user interface. So go back to the top. What was my first one? Are they going to promote you? We have like a discover page, and we've got our like a ranking system, and then you can you can sort by most popular models, you can buy all creators, your most new creators, you can search for people, you can search for hashtags. If you were into a certain type of niche, do you wanted big boobed creators, you can type in big boobs into the search box, and as long as that creator has filled out their profile, they will find you. So like we've got multiple niches sort of to spread out to get you more exposure. Are we going to support you if your content gets leaked? Absolutely. We offer a free DMCA takedown service.
Nice.
Which not too many platforms do. So if you can show me your content's been leaked and it's online on this website, and we can verify that it is from Exclusv Life and it did come from Exclusv Life, we will get our lawyers and solicitors, and we'll get a DMCA takedown request formed up and sent off, and we'll find out how they got it. Another feature that we've got is what we're working on is digital fingerprinting of content.
Cool.
So the users can't see it, but if it's downloaded or saved from our website, however they may get it out, we can get a hold of the original file. We will actually know which user leaked it.
Cool.
I'll tell you the creator of that information, I guess, and we can go from there. Whether we ban them, but it's the internet, they can probably sign up again.
Sure.
But at least at least we have the ability to trace where it came from. And third one, as I mentioned, are you going to get paid? Absolutely. We are currently working on minimizing. So with most content platforms, if you make a sale, you've got to at least wait 8 days before those dollars are released into your current balance. And that's just risk mitigation on the platform's behalf.
Yeah.
If people sign up and then cancel and then ask for a refund straight away, it's easier to sort of just deal with that internally up within the 8 days.
Right.
But if you have a trusted, I don't know what the right word is, non-problematic creator who's had like a clean record, no refunds and all that sort of stuff, we create sort of like a score, and that
cool.
Those waiting days get less.
Yeah.
Down to the point where it will be possible for you to make a sale and then withdraw that amount to your BitSafe card that we spoke about, and instantly have that money on a card in your hands.
Wow.
And you got paid, 2 minutes ago.
Jeez, that's awesome.
Yeah. As I said, we're trying to put the money back into the creators' hands, get it to them as fast as we can.
Did you see a bump for Exclusv Life after winning the awards?
Definitely. We had a lot of people, especially from the night, because I was around mingling with everybody, giving them my business card and telling them all about Exclusv Life and how especially for those who didn't know what it was.
Right.
So that was good. Yeah, we saw a big bump and it was good. It was definitely, everyone's very impressed. Oh my God, it's so fast.
Yeah.
It's like, well, yeah, we spend a lot of time trying to make it as fast as we can.
Sure. Absolutely.
Nothing worse than trying to upload a video. It's taking 10 minutes and your phone's timing out and all that other, as you know, you've mentioned internet problems, international gateways.
Yep.
So nodes, trying to have nodes around the world to just minimize that waiting time.
Yeah. Yeah. So overall, things are well with Exclusv Life.
Yeah. We're still working on new features every day, trying to, implement new and exciting ideas. More and more people are signing up as creators and bringing their followers and their potential members. And yeah, everyone's getting exposure and it's great.
What specifically are you working on to add to the site as far as new features coming up?
Well, as I mentioned, quicker payouts for creators. That was one. We're working on the algorithm to get wait times down lower. But something really exciting that I've been working on only this sort of the start of this year, and it's sort of the hot topic at the moment, is like working with AI, artificial intelligence.
Yes.
I've been working on AI models to create like post captions. So as I spoke to some of my creators and I said, like, what's something you don't like doing when creating content, and it's the coming up with words to go with my content. When I post it, like I need to write some sales copy so people will want to unlock my post or want to subscribe to my profile. People like me, I'm not a salesman. I believe
that makes one of us.
Yeah, right. I believe that my product should speak for itself, but unfortunately, that's not the world we live in.
That's not the world we live in, my friend. You're always selling.
It's not the industry we're in either.
That's right.
So, yeah, I've been implementing AI post caption generation. So, the creator could say, I don't know what we can talk about on this podcast, but trying out my new purple dildo just for you.
You can say anything you want on this podcast, by the way.
Oh, daddy. Yeah, trying out my new purple dildo for the first time. Come watch. And you put that into the AI and, the AI models are all about the adult content. They understand. And it will generate like a much bigger, meatier post with relevant hashtags. Right. For you to just put into your post caption and just submit that, send that off. Right. And I've shown like that there's been like a very, beta release on that. And I've shown some of the creators. They think it's amazing. That's a game changer.
Sure.
I'm not sure the next step, and they've asked me, a lot of people have asked me about AI prompted DMs and, talking to your subscribers one-on-one using an AI. And I don't know the ethics behind it yet. I haven't fully sat down and thought about it, but at least if it's AI driven. So
let me ask you a question though about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it any less ethical for AI to do it than some chat agent in the Philippines?
I think the answer is no.
Yeah. That's the same.
I think
it's not them. Okay. So if Chat GPT can do it, then, or some other variation of
Of the
AI,
AI model.
yeah,
Yeah.
then what's the problem when every adult dating site known to man is using moderators?
Hmm. Yeah. Well, our AI models that I've been working on are they're built from that creator and that creator's personality too. So
Good.
everyone will have like their own AI profile. So the
So
AI
so it's actually better than someone in the
probably,
Philippines. Yeah.
yeah, and it learns from that. And rather than having full conversations with the members, it's like I said, it's AI driven. So the creator will have various responses they can choose.
Yeah,
And
sure.
they can also override it. They can submit their own response and all that sort of stuff. But
Sure.
yeah, it's just a time saving. Because these creators, they're talking to, tens or hundreds of guys
Right.
or subscribers.
Right.
Some of the best earners we have offer the girlfriend experience, like
Absolutely.
the digital girlfriend.
Yeah.
Um,
Living
you
in
know,
Thailand, I know a little bit about the girlfriend experience.
yeah. So that's oh, you just sideswiped me there, mate.
I do my
Um,
best.
yeah, so that's something we're working on. It's pretty exciting. I've sort of gone down the rabbit hole a little bit on AI this year so far, and it excites me.
It's important.
I have no idea where we're going to end up, like as a society with AI. I have no idea, but
I don't even want to fucking think about it, man. I don't want to think about where we're going with AI and robots. I
I'm,
mean,
I'm
they're probably going to declare war on the universe and take us all hostage and kill us. So, what's in the future for Zach Ozbourne?
man, I'm flat out thinking about what's happening tomorrow, let alone the future. Uh, I guess build more sites, learn more things,
Mm-hmm.
maybe get an employee. Yeah. But as you mentioned in my little bio up the front of the podcast, I am looking to create a syndicate of like content, video, and photo producers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen Narcos Mexico. That's the best way, my analogy, where, oh, mate,
Seen what? Sorry?
Narcos Mexico.
No.
It's on Netflix. Anyway, so basically it's like you've got all these independent, cartels, and he's joined them all together, and then they become like the world's biggest cartel. Anyway, so what I want to do is
So you're gonna get into drug dealing.
no, there'll be no drug dealing and no killing. Shooting, content, yes.
Very good, Jack.
There's too many people, too many independent content creators out there, like content creators, content producers. In Australia here, we've had some people, I can't really name names here, but he got himself into some hot water because just the way he was finding female actors to participate in his videos were unsavory. And, it's come out now after like a couple of years that they have recently, they were under the influence of drugs or alcohol at the time.
Have you read up at all on the girls do porn case?
No.
Google it.
Okay.
Some of those guys, if not all of them, are in prison. Yeah, you need to check that out.
Yeah. It's come out, and then it's just, and he was an award-winning male content creator, and he actually had publicly his award like stricken from him. Like the adult industry awards people have said, like, we found out what he's done, and we are discrediting him. He's not an award winner in our books.
I hope they take Ron Jeremy out of the AVN Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that'd be pretty big, wouldn't it?
It would be appropriate.
Yeah. What I want to create is like this network of content producers that's built on respect and accountability.
Yeah.
And we'll position ourselves all in various cities across Australia. So traveling content creators, traveling sex workers can go to one of these verified producers and know they're going to be in a safe, respectful environment.
Yeah.
They're going to get a level of product that they have seen before. And if anything untoward happens, they can voice it amongst like the rest of the people, and everyone can be like, well, hang on now, like that, we don't stand for that. And, people take accountability for all their actions.
Yes.
And because safety. It's 2023, and sex work is real work, and people should be operating safely.
Yes,
we've got workplace health and safety. We've got, ergonomic chairs. We've got all these things. Why can't these girls do their work? I use girls because most of them are girls, like women. But why can't these creators do their work safely with respect?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's something I'm excited to work on.
Absolutely.
And with Vivian Black and the other creators that I mentioned earlier, everyone wants to get behind that. And
good.
I'm up in Cairns, and so they're like, "Oh yeah, let us know. We'll come up." So it's everyone likes the sound of it. So that's sort of what I'm working on.
That's very cool. Very cool. So you won 2 awards at really what's the equivalent of the Oscars of the Australian adult industry last year. Well, hey. Are you nominated this year, and will you be attending?
So I haven't received official confirmation that I'm actually nominated yet, because it's still only the 16th of February. Nominations close on the 28th of February, I think. But a lot of my friends and people I've worked with have all told me, "Hey, Zach, I've nominated you this year and Exclusv Life."
Cool.
So I anticipate I'll get a nomination this year.
Nice.
But as for attending, absolutely. Nominated or not, I'm going to be there. It's a great night. It's a great party.
Sounds cool.
Yeah, it's a great show. I don't know what I'm going to wear this year. I know it's a weird question from a man, but
probably clothes, I would guess.
Oh yeah, well, last year we had Picasso. His name is like Pricaso, so Picasso, and he actually does portraits with his willy.
Yeah, I've heard about people who do that before.
He's 68, I think. Anyway, I had a couple of drinks with him. He's a really nice guy.
I bet his dick doesn't like him very much.
Oh, it's pretty long. I think it's years of being stretched. Definitely going. It's in Melbourne this year. So, yeah, going to go down there, have a bit of a party. I think we're all getting together and doing some content production in the hotels afterwards.
Sweet.
With everybody, like all of the headliners all in the one town. It's going to get wild.
You might as well take advantage of it. Get some work done.
That's right. It's my accountant. He doesn't like it, but...
Hey, man, you can write it off. That's the beauty, right?
That's it.
Then your accountant should love it.
He loves it, but he hates it.
Yeah, I understand. Well, hey, Zach, I'd like to thank you for being back with us again on Adult Site Broker Talk, and I know we'll have a chance to do this again soon.
Oh, absolutely, Bruce. It's a shame we left it so long, but also a pleasure to be back again.
It's a pleasure to have you, and it won't be that long this time. I'll be more of a pain in the ass.
More than normal.
You're right. My broker tip today is part 4 of what to do to make your site more valuable for when you decide to sell it later. Last week we talked about keeping your site up to date and making sure everything works. Next, find new ways to monetize your website, such as sell advertising. If you've got a free site like a tube, that's the best way to monetize your site. If you have a tube, another way to make more money is to sell premium memberships. Offer free users one level of content, and for premium users, you can do things like give them higher quality or longer videos, or both. You can also make the site ad-free for premium members. Start an affiliate program. If you have a pay site, this is a great way to increase your quality of traffic and get more joins. With all sites, you can figure out other upgrades and products you can sell to your users. Pay sites can also sell pay-per-view, where people have the option of paying by the scene for content they can't get on the site. This is another way to charge users as opposed to a monthly fee. Sell them other products like toys and novelties. Market your business. Do things to improve your search engine results. There are some great SEO consultants out there who can help you get higher search rankings in Google. If you want some recommendations, contact us on our website. List all of the benefits of your site in your marketing and how they affect the user. And of course, hire a great marketing consulting firm such as Adult B2B Marketing, which we also happen to own. We'll talk about this subject more next week. And next week we'll be speaking with Terry Stevens. And that's it for this week's Adult Site Broker Talk. I'd once again like to thank my guest, Zach Ozbourne. Talk to you again next week on Adult Site Broker Talk. I'm Bruce Friedman.